welcome to Sat Global Sports TV, where we bring to you live audio, live commentary on about all around the sport, especially talking about the football. And we know what happened in the last um, season, how the whole clubs really tried all their best. But from the EPL, we know that it's just only one champions that we have, which was the Manchester City that won the EPL, and also the FA Cup was won by Manchester United. And here today, we are also going to look into the Community Shield that is forthcoming, that they are both going to play, which is going to be a match between Manchester United and also Manchester City. My name is Olubode Oluwasegun, as you all known as Showlight, and I have my regular suspense here, Fred, as you can see him here also to talk about the sport. And both of us, we are going to really give you the dissect of what is going to happen and all what is happening around the sport of football today. So, good afternoon, Fred.
Good afternoon, my brother.
How are you doing?
We thank God.
Yeah, we know about what happened in the last season of the EPL. How the Manchester City won the Premiership Cup, and how the FA Cup was also won by Manchester United.
Exactly.
So now we are having the new season that is clashing between the two titans, which is the Manchester United and also Manchester City. So what is your take on this coming Community Shield game?
Of a truth, the curtain raiser for the season is going to be a blockbuster. On paper, people will think Manchester City will have a smooth ride. But just like it happened in the FA Cup, Manchester United was blighted by injuries. But still, they still found a way around it by beating Manchester City to the FA Cup. I am not writing Manchester United off of the Community Shield. As long as there are 11 players on one side of the pitch, the battle is not completed until the last whistle after 90 or 96 minutes of play. Thank you.
Yeah, we know that football is like biscuits. You never can tell when it's going to clash down. We know the statistics of Guardiola. How Guardiola, do have his own way. And this is a new season that we could see a new form of Guardiola in uniform. So don't you think it's going to be scary to Manchester United?
Guardiola has always has his ways with other coaches. Number one, if you look at Guardiola very well, he's a very disciplined and principled coach. And he's also a coach who likes playing mind games. Once Guardiola suspects that you're playing into his arms, he wants to focus on that factor to use in hitting you hard. But once he discovers that you have played him once, maybe you beat him, and you played him the second time, he was not able to beat you. The third time, he will try as much as he can to see that he breaks that rule. But if not broken, which means you have overcome Guardiola, just like Arsenal did last season. Thank you.
Yeah, talking about the Arsenal game, away from the Community Shield that that is happening between Manchester United and also Manchester City.
Yes.
We could see the disappointment of Arsenal. How they were being on the top of the table and how they, dropped down to second, and they were even unable to beaten by Aston Villa in the last season. And this was the downfall of Arsenal from the last season I'm talking about. So don't you think Arsenal just need to have a reformed, or is it Arteta that is missing some static that he really needs to play? Because we believe that Arteta was the assistant of Guardiola in Barcelona, and now that we could see that Manchester City took the lead, and about 4 times that they've took the lead of the EPL championship. right now, Arsenal is unable even to win the EPL despite their struggling and even despite the assistance of Arteta being the head coach. Don't you think there is something missing that Arteta really needs to look about?
Thank you very much, Sholite. I would seriously emphasize on the fact that Arteta is a very good coach. Arteta is a coach that, if given the support that he rightly needs, Arteta will take you places. Look at where Arteta took Arsenal from. This is going to be the fifth, if I'm not wrong, the fifth or the sixth season Arteta has been with Arsenal. His first season, Arsenal came 8th or 10th position. His second season, Arsenal took 5th position. His third season, Arsenal was on top, the top 4.
Don't forget that even during the period of Arsene Wenger, Arsenal has always, coming up and then falling down even
Exactly.
from along the league. So don't you think maybe there is something that Arsenal really need to focus on?
I think
than,
looking at Arteta's
we could see their downfall
legacy,
even from the UEFA Champions League of the last season.
Agreed. Looking at Arteta's legacy, Arteta is trying to create a monster squad. A squad that even Man City would dread wanting to play Arsenal in years to come. Because if you look at last season, we beat Man City.
Yes, from the Community
the first
Shield.
leg.
Yes.
From the Community Shield that was won in penalties.
Yes.
The first Premier League game, Arsenal beat Man City 1-0.
1-0. Yes.
The return game, it was a goalless draw.
It was a goalless draw.
That's to tell you that Arteta is beginning to understand Guardiola as his head coach, whom he learned from. He's only trying to tell you that what my boss can do,
I can do better.
I can do better. So giving him the opportunity and the material, Arteta will take Arsenal places.
All right, we could see the old transfer news, the rumors and also the loan that has been flying here and there. What do you think that Arsenal really needs to do? Talking about Victor Osimhen.
For now, I don't think Arsenal really need a Victor Osimhen. We might need a Victor Osimhen, but apart from a Victor Osimhen, Arsenal outrightly need a midfielder. Someone to complement the work of Declan Rice in that midfield. Cement that midfield, because ever the departure of Granit Xhaka, there has been a link, a vacuum in that midfield. And from the news going the rounds about Arsenal looking for a Merino, a Spanish midfielder, I think a Merino will complement what Granit Xhaka has done for Arsenal. He is going to be a perfect replacement for Granit Xhaka in that box-to-box midfield, at least to complement Declan Rice. Thank you.
Okay, that is just to complement Declan Rice in
Yes.
that space.
Exactly.
And don't you think there is a wider gap between the match played in Napoli, where Victor Osimhen is coming from, and also the English Premier League?
The English Premier League, like we all know, is one of the best leagues in the world today. And lest we forget, let's also remember that it's one of the toughest leagues as well. The English Premier League, you need pace, you need energy, and you need stamina. When I mean pace, you need speed to hold on to attackers in the Premier League. You need ability, you need strength. So the Premier League is not a league for children, for young boys. Of course,
It's not for kids.
it's not for kids, the right word. The Premier